Good morning. The day has started. So generally it's wake and bake. I've actually got a book upstairs that I'm reading at the moment, which I will show you. Get up, first thing I actually do, have a morning supplementation. I go in the office, I put my Lumi light on, and I spend 5 minutes reading. So I read 2 to 3 pages of a book, and then I start my day. And that's something I've been doing now pretty much for the past 5 weeks, and it does make a big difference. It's a good habit that I've created, and it's something that I'm going to keep up as well. I think it's something that I've never done before in my life. Like, nobody's ever read a book to me. Like, nobody's ever made me read, and I've never really read something until my business partner introduced me to books. So it's just a good habit to kind of create. So it's 5:30 now. I've got coffees to make, which I have done. I always get up, makes coffee, put a bit of ice in it, a little bit of sweetener for her, stevia sweetener, natural sweetener, always. So I've got a couple of bits that I'm always sort out first thing in the morning. I get some food ready for all of the day, and then I'm gonna go and pose. I'll look at Meg, and then we both will crack on with some work, a little bit of steps. Generally I go for a longer walk in the morning, but obviously my steps are brought down now with it being 4 days out. So it's just gonna be a 10-minute walk, which me and Carl will go on, and then we'll get the day going. It's actually a busy day, as I've got a client check-in coming through, I've got my physio, I've got a haircut, and today we are gonna show you all of the meals that we are doing for our linear load, which has started yesterday for me, and it's actually started on Sunday for Meg. So we'll break all that down for you as we go along, and I'll explain the reasons why and how we do things too. So stay tuned. Let's go. So every single morning, I actually have to look at Meg when she first wakes up before she's had any water and hydration, because her look totally changes. Like, she'll drink water and she gets fuller and tighter. So as a reference point, I've been looking at her fasted and then seeing what she looks like in 2 hours time after hydration, just to give us a reference point as to what she looks like at different times in the day. Right, we actually started peaking with Meg on Sunday because she was just ready to do so. I wasn't, so I started yesterday. And every single day, she's just been getting tighter and better, which is quite good to watch. Like, the separation now between her lower back and glutes is just immense. And the problem with Meg is as well, when she's flat, she doesn't look as impressive and it doesn't really show her true condition. Whereas today especially, like, this is really starting to pull through now, and she's actually getting drier. In comparison to what she looked like Sunday, she looks like a different person. And come show day, it's already going to be a different person again. Move your hand, move your hand. Front power shot, power pose, please. Yeah, I'm happy. Every day she's getting better and better. So she needs, one thing I realised with Meg is, like, she digs such a big hole. She needs at least like 7 days to come around. So obviously today's Wednesday and she's already getting better. She's still flat, but she's coming to life every single day now. So the plan is to not have her ready now. The plan is to have her ready by Sunday. And we will have planned now, and the way she's improving every single day, she's going to be ready. So now she's going to take me through a round of posing with no pants on, so you're not going to see that, but you will see the second round of posing with pants on. Meg, she's probably the best person for posing for me, because again, she knows my physique, she knows how I have to pose. So if I pose by myself, I don't really do it as well as I do when she's watching me, and she'll tell me straight as well, so I need that. But anyway, I'm not going to waffle on. I'm going to do a posing, and then you can see some bits from that as well.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
probably better off going into off season.
Well, I've got France.
After France.
Yeah.
And then the training that's out there is literally just glutes. But you are going to have to think about what you're doing and how you're doing it in the gym.
I do. That's why it's great.
I see you in the gym fucking tired, going through the motions, I'm going to fucking tell you to go home. Because I know, but there's been a few times in the gym when I caught you in the off season and you was fucking tired. And
I was going through a tough time mentally.
I know, but at that time you should have just stayed at home and chilled. Yeah? So this is where you need to keep communication higher a little bit more. Because each time in the gym, it needs to be productive, it needs to be your time. No fucking phone time, no fucking Phoebe time, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, let's go. If we can get just your fucking glutes, a little bit of delt, you're going to have to really stop practicing your vacuums. Keep doing side planks.
Yeah.
Because side planks. What else is there that you can do to strengthen your TVA so you can pull it in more? I'm pretty sure there's exercises you can do as well for TVA.
It's like my rib cage.
Yeah, but that's your posture. That's where you walk. You walk like this. You need to learn to walk like this. Yeah, but that's most bodybuilders do that.
I'm being a dancer.
Right. Yeah. Shake that as well. The problem is, if you're in the lineup with petite girls with massive glutes, you're fucked. So we need to do Arnold's because you're going to be in a lineup with girls that are like you.
Yeah.
So let's go. Yeah. Beautiful. Make yourself look as tiny as possible.
I've took this out.
That's it, yeah. You can't do any shots because this is why they're telling you to do figure or fucking wellness. But I'd rather you not do that because you know what that means.
I'd be massive.
Yeah.
Because I'm so tall.
Well, yeah. You'd be a big girl. Right, let's go upstairs and hit a couple of shots. Today I'm going to send you over a provisional plan. You're posing that way better as well. You've yeah, that's what you need to do. But do that again, right? But exhale and tuck that rib cage in. So do what you're doing there, but without your rib cage lifted. That's it. Right, see that? That just makes you look much tighter and a little bit more shape as well. Beautiful. Yeah. The problem is because you're so flat at the moment, because we have been digging a little bit, it's just like the skin's just not tight, it's not popping. So today I want to do quite a heavy day, and then so we can pull back tomorrow and start tapering back down. So start heavy and then start tapering back down into the show, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Today you're going to eat.
Okay.
Alright, you ready for it as well?
Yeah.
I can tell. Yeah. So with Phoebes, we have to take a little bit more of an unconventional approach with what we do and how. But it's worked tremendously this year. We've kind of done everything that we planned and set out to do, but arguably there's still a lot of improvements that we need to make because of Phoebe's structure and the feedback that we seem to be getting, which we're basically going to need to structure an off-season in such a way where she's only going to really be training 3 times per week, but it's going to be all glute sessions as her quads respond pretty easily. So we're really going to have to look at her training in a lot of detail, and it's going to be a lot different to probably what most people are doing, which people are probably going to look at her training and think, what the fuck is this? But realistically, it's what she needs as as an athlete. So that's the beauty of this game, there is no single approach that fits one. Like what I do with Phoebes, I literally don't do with any other girl because it's just a needed approach that we need to take, which, we can laugh about it, but it's true. It's to get Phoebe's physique to look the way we need to, we basically had to do I prepped that I would probably run for like a figure girl, but then we had to spill her and then get her to kind of position where it's like extra full and extra pop. But we still have, because of her structure, we're going to have a lot of work to do to make her physique fit bikini more so than figure, because she was a figure girl before.
Toned.
Listen, it's still figure, right? It's still figure. So she has got a structure that would suit figure much more than bikini. But again, there is still a lot of things that we can do to get her to actually fit the category that she needs. But anyway, Phoebe is an amazing posing coach for males and females. So hit her up for posing. Phoebe Goodwin, the posing pro, the real posing pro, the posing academy. So yeah, get her up. But yeah, I'm very impressed. She's just dead deflated. Like what you see here is not what she's going to look like on stage. She's going to look a lot different, a lot better. She's actually going to look probably a little bit tighter, and that needs to get better, by the way. Yeah, that needs to get a little better. Yeah, do it properly. Beautiful. Right, sweet. With everyone competing, it's quite intense with the daily morning check-ins and messages. So it's always quite busy. My expenditure is a lot lower now, so we will only go for like a 10-minute walk just to get some daylight exposure, which I love to do. Just makes me feel good, and where I actually live, the scenery and the place is actually amazing, so I do love to get a little bit of a walk around. And whilst I do that, I reply to all my clients that are checking in first thing in the morning on a daily basis, which at the moment I've got 13 guys and girls that are checking in every single day in preparation for this weekend's show. So it's very, very intense, as you can imagine. But again, I love this shit, so happy days. Right, let's go. Literally, all I want to do now, Stevie, is just push you on that stage.
Rock was the man of the family. Mom worked 2 jobs just so we can have sandwiches. Anything good always came with some damages. I had to stick to the code like it's laminate. Ayy, wifey was down, had to stay with a reeler. That basement was cold and we ain't have a heater. My actions speak louder than words from a speaker. The street taught me things I couldn't learn from a teacher. I had to hold up 11 years old.
Normally do Sundays, checking in today.
Upstairs. Come to life today a lot. Shot, please. Yeah. So touch flat. So today we're going to show you all our meals and how we actually go through the peaking process. So it's pretty simple. We don't do any silly protocols. It's a linear load.
the same way we kind of run diet breaks. So as a reference point, we already have data to see how our body responds off the back of doing a diet break, which involves 6 to 7 days of food at maintenance, and then watching how our actual body changes and responds, how it fills up and how it actually drops the fatigue. So in essence, your body drops the water retention that is always there from being tired, from the diet fatigue, and obviously from the training stimulus. So peak week is pretty much treated in a very similar fashion as we do a diet break, where it's devolume training, calories are brought up to a maintenance level to see you actually fill up the glycogen stores and drop the fatigue accordingly. So my meal one is, and today my food is actually going to be higher, but I am going to go through what normally my meals would look like, and I'll tell you what extras I'm doing today, and same with Meg. So my meal one is 150 grams of venison, raw weight, and 100 grams of raw weight rice with veggies. Again, veggies do not get removed, they just get lowered slightly. Meg would normally have 100 grams of chicken with veggies and 100 grams of rice, but she is having a slightly higher day today because it's needed. So she's actually going to have a little bit less chicken, and she's going to have 150 grams of cream of rice with berries and some raisins. Now, the reason why we lower the protein intake, again, lower protein actually improves glycogen uptake, and it improves digestion, keeps your midsection nice and tight whilst carbohydrates are higher. At this point, the protein does not need to be higher. We're not trying to build muscle. Again, the muscle tension is going to be there, and carbohydrates are actually protein sparing. So if you want to effectively glycogen load, I definitely would advise lowering your protein intake to allow for better digestion and better glycogen uptake as well. This is Jay, Mr. R&R, soon to be operating out of UltraFlex Rotherham as well. So get tuned, guys. He's been treating me for over 2 years now.
Yeah, it's nearly 3 years, isn't it?
Nearly 3 years now, and every 5 days we haven't really missed a session apart from when he's been away. So I had to get someone in to bloody fill in, but honestly, this is something that I will never ever go without, as I find it extremely valuable for not just myself, but I think any athlete, any person in general would always benefit from regular massage work. It certainly has benefits. If it didn't, I wouldn't have it. Simple as that. It's definitely a worthy investment, especially with someone like Jay, who actually knows what they are doing. And in the past 3 years working with Jay as well, he's continuously improved. And he's continuously improved his knowledge, and his work ethic has been second to none. In past, obviously, the tissue work I've had from other people, it's like, they'd be great for a couple of sessions and then you'd go in and they'd kind of just slack off, and I hate that, because the way I work, it's like, if I do something, if I commit to something, I give it my everything, and that's the kind of principle and how I work in life and everything I do. And I appreciate that Jay has the same work ethic, as every treatment is of the same standard, the same level, and that's what I expect from him. And if he slacks, he would get told as well, and he knows that. So yeah, Jay, do you want to touch on anything?
Just like you say, the importance of actual tissue work. I'm not going to do my cam hand. I keep doing a cam hand when Kuba gets me on video for some reason. But yeah, the tissue work, it's more of an investment in prevention rather than a cure. You'll find a lot of people do get it as a cure, but they're the ones that then get worse and don't actually improve their physique much. It doesn't have to be with R&R, but make sure you find a tissue specialist who knows what bodybuilders are trying to achieve with the lines and stuff. So as you can see now, I'm working through Kuba's quad, but I'm separating the muscle bellies just to help when he's on stage that these lines are deep. So not every massage therapist would know that. So make sure you're looking out for someone that knows about bodybuilding, or that you explain to them what it is that you want from the session. And you should be good to go.
I think another point that's really worth mentioning as well, it's deep tissue. It's not meant to be comfortable. especially sports massage. It's not really meant to be comfortable, or it's not meant to be easy. However, at the same time, it is not meant to cause you pain to the point where it's excruciating and you feel like dog shit after. After this, I genuinely feel like a new man. And that's how it should feel after someone that really knows what they're doing and is good with their hands. And I think it's not only a skill, sports massage, but I think you either have it or you don't, because it's a certain skill that you need to have in your hands where you actually can feel the muscle and know what's going on and know how the muscle actually responds. And I think Jay has certainly got that, because even when he first started with me 3 years ago, he already kind of had the idea of how it's supposed to feel. And obviously we've worked together and I've kind of moulded him into exactly what I want. As obviously I've been having tissue work for like 10 years since I was very, very young. So I've worked with various therapists of different levels. And Jay is basically a mixture of all the best traits moulded into one. So he's like the elite.
Chicken, 75 grams of raw wheat rice, and then some veggies, and that's literally it. Load hasn't been as heavy, but we started a day early as last time, which is actually quite nice for my tummy. I actually feel a little bit better for it mentally as well. I don't really like eating a lot apart from when I'm in off season or if I'm having an off-plan meal. So Cooper probably knows mentally that I feel a little bit better for doing it this way anyway, but yeah. Hopefully it will equate to a good look tomorrow morning.
Certainly will. Number 2, some no added sugar ketchup. That is a staple. That is a secret. So I actually had 100 grams of pineapple with this. Fructose combined with starches actually improves the uptake of glycogen. It's something I've covered in previous videos when it comes to carbing up. So this is 125 grams of raw wheat rice with veggies, with a little bit of venison and turkey. Just 150 grams of meat, raw weight, which is lowered to what I normally have. Again, lowered protein today, now carbohydrates are higher, just to allow for better digestion and better uptake of carbohydrates. So that's meal 2 now. Gonna eat this now, then we're gonna get in the sauna and an ice bath. So take you along the ride, see if Carl wants to jump in the ice bath, see if he wants to experience it. But anyway, I'll probably put some YouTube on now, eat this, and yeah, game time.
Figure this out on their own, like a lot of
Minutes in the sauna, 5 minutes in the ice bath, and then a quick bath, and then we'll be off to get my haircut. So, busy day.
alpha tool, but think about how I is poor. So, as an example, to kind of piece things together, hopefully this is something that will click with people. What you tend to see is greater metabolic flexibility when you have better insulin sensitivity. So, at rest, elevate free fatty acids into like a fatty meal, and you take in some carbohydrates with that. So if you have poor insulin sensitivity, the glucose disposal, taking those carbs and forming glycogen out of them inside the muscle cells won't happen all that well. But if you just exercise and you increase insulin sensitivity and also reduce the glycogen levels somewhat,
Fucking love it.
you can even store glycogen just as well within the face of all those free fatty acids as if it weren't there, because you've got...
Whether it helps or not, I don't care, but mentally this does me a world of good, because I'm doing something on a weekly basis that I don't really want to do, and I think that in itself just builds a lot of resilience. And spending 5 minutes in 5 degrees in ice bath is not the most pleasant experience, but again, we don't really expose ourselves to many things that make us very uncomfortable. I think we live in a very comfortable environment, and getting uncomfortable now and again is not going to hurt you. If anything, it's going to allow you to get a little bit stronger. So I'm going to do a little bit of an update for Instagram. I'm going to get Carl to film it for me in extra HD on my iPhone 13 Pro Max. I've actually ordered a new iPhone, so I'm actually looking forward to it, as camera is meant to be even better. So get ready for some great reels of training coming through. The good reels will actually come from Carl, obviously. The better reels. But the training reels will come from hopefully the new phone when it comes. So yeah, I do love it, especially going in the sauna first, getting your body temperature up super high. It gives you a little bit more of a kick when you get from hot to cold. So as you can imagine, when I get in, it's almost like getting kicked in the nuts. Quite literally. Jumping in?
I'm off up.
You're not?
I'm a balls.
Oh, I was such a vascular man before I got in. Right, bath time, and then we're gonna go barbers. I'm already like late, but doesn't matter. He knows what I'm like.
This is meal number 3. 75 grams of rice and 50 grams of prawns.
It's 100 grams of prawns. It's 100 grams of prawns, 75 grams of rice, and 100 grams of veggies. And she's going to eat all her veggies as well. Check. So I get the correct information. This is actually 150 grams of prawns, 100 grams of veggies, 30 grams of kimchi, 25 grams of avocado. So that is the meal. That's gonna go down like a dream. Beautiful.
Same as the other one, but just the chicken. How exciting.
Extremely excited. We're only an hour late.
Rock was the man of the family. Mom worked 2 jobs just so we can have sandwiches. Anything good always came with some damages. I had to stick to the code like it's laminate. Ayy, wifey was down, had to stay with a reeler. That basement was cold and we ain't have a heater. My actions speak louder than words from a speaker. The street taught me things I couldn't learn from a teacher. I had to hold up 11 years old.
That is hair and beard done with my man Masood. So if you want a good barbers, get on the barber club at Sunnyside in Rotherham. They're actually really, really good, as you can see. So that's the owner Masood. So if you want a good trim place to be, now let's go. Right, thank you much. See you later.
See you later. Thank you. See you later.
See you, mate. Just looks like a big ball of rice that I'm eating. Just honest travels. Had my haircut. Been down to the gym, check on the staff. Bought some containers for my morning and nighttime supplements for when we go and stop in Birmingham and in Vegas. So found a little bench on Honest Travels. I've actually left my nose ring at the barber's, so I need to go back to the barber's, pick my nose ring up, and then we've got chiropractors, and then home, chill for the day. I've got some work to do. I've actually got a client set up to do this evening, and then put my feet up and chill. So, meal number 4. We have got 100 grams of wild salmon, 75 grams of prawns, and 150 grams of raw weight rice, 100 grams of veggies. So there we go, that's how it looks. And some no added sugar, no added salt ketchup, which is a key ingredient. So, the worst part of refeeds or carbing up is hunger is never really that bad until you actually start eating. And anyone who is into the game, anyone who knows the score, can definitely relate to this. It's like you'll prep, your calories will be quite low, and your hunger is never really that bad. But then when your carbohydrates increase, And when you start feeding up, when you start carb loading, whatever you want to call it, your hunger signaling always increases. Not the most ideal, but it's just got to deal with it and suck it up.
That way, but and this one heel to run. Okay. Foot this way. Okay, foot again. Towards me. Spin away.
It's dark. I'm not very good at this, obviously, but Carl's gone to the gym. This is my meal, which is 30 grams of whey, 100 grams, 150 grams of berries, 100 grams of cream of rice, and that is the meal. Gonna eat it now.
You should have with alpha lipoic acid, and that it has both that AMP activating effect as well as actually it actually is an antioxidant in of itself, and it upregulates.
Here we have the whey paste.
The endogenous free radical
We've got-
scavenging system, so it
just,
increases the level of things.
So, 125 grams of cream of rice, 250 grams of berries, and we have got a whey paste. Slightly less protein, so I've actually done 2 different flavours. We've got JP chocolate caramel, performance ISO,
Any performance ISO it? Oh, yummy.
and the chocolate one. So, yeah, that is it. Bit of cinnamon on top, and we're good to go. So, there we go. That's how it's looking. That will go down pretty easy. Pretty easy. As like I said earlier, both me and Megan same boat. When food is low, we don't care. Then as food increases, it's a little bit more annoying because you actually get hungrier, which is pretty annoying. But anyway, we're gonna eat this, and we're both having a little bit of downtime and chilling, watching our series, which is a power series, Force, with Tommy, and it's amazing. So me and Megan are going to go watch that and enjoy our day. Most meals as well, it's teamwork, isn't it? Teamwork.
No, Cooper does quite a lot of it at the moment.
Well done, never used to.
So this is 150 grams of berries, 20 grams of dark chocolate, 100 grams of cream of rice, and 30 grams of whey isolate. It's basically a repeat of the last one. So yeah, I'm excited to get stuck in, alongside having all of my health sups and my little pre-bred drink. I've got, I think, probably a quadruple dose of dream sleep to try and make sure that sleep happens. Because obviously as you get a little bit leaner, a little bit closer to show, excited, etc., obviously sleep sometimes doesn't happen too well. And I'm just updating my log as well.
Got his joining for his joints, nighttime supplements.
So I've got a good quadruple dose of dream sleep.
Yeah, dream sleep is actually the king, and you can use it year round, so it's actually perfect.
Helps with my REM.
My REM and deep. Honestly, my sleep's been tremendous since I actually started using it, so it's something I will always use, especially if I was going to bed nice and early. It's needed.
Maybe they should call it the REM sleep rather than dream sleep,
Why?
because it helps.
I think it's a marketing ploy. I don't think it'd work that well.
I'm gonna call it the REM.
People would just be like, what the fuck is REM
Be
sleep?
like, fuck off, Nick.
You'd rather have a dream sleep. It's look better on the shelves. So that's why they've done it.
That's true. That
So.
is why I am not in marketing. I am just an online coach that bodybuilds.
Who takes dream sleep?
Yes.
Oh, that's off.
So there we go. This is the last meal going down. A little bit of cinnamon on top. So we've got 150 grams of cream of rice, got the white chocolate coconut, and the new performance isolate, which is tremendous. Made into a paste. So
that is the nightcap. We'll get this down, then I'm going to have my dream sleep and the rest of my subs, and then it's bedtime. So that is the last meal for me. I'm going to eat this now and then have my dream sleep, have my join in, then it's bedtime. My actual phone stays here. My work phone is already in my office. So total switch off now, just me and make time for a little while. Get the food down, then bedtime, and that will roll us into 4 days out. 3 days out.
3 days tomorrow.
3 days out, yeah, it's getting close. So, good night y'all. See you all tomorrow.
See ya.